All right, guys, in this video, I'm going to share 3 AI-powered services that pay me 5K plus per client. And these are services that I am actively selling and delivering today. So these are working right now. You can copy me. You can offer these same services if you know how to. If you want to learn how to offer these services, there's going to be links in the description that will teach you how to do this. And so let me just walk through each of these services right now and give you some ideas of how you can potentially offer something similar or package up something else that you do as a service. So the first service is a book publishing service. So I'm going to say book publishing. And I typically charge a base fee. If it's just a book and we're not doing any marketing, it's typically 5K. Okay. And basically what I'm doing here is I'm finding an expert or a business owner who has something to create a book around. And I'm either interviewing them if they don't already have content. These are 1 to 2 hour interviews. And then I have an AI driven process that takes that interview and it turns it into a professionally edited and formatted book. And we create the cover and all that as well and charge $5,000 for this. And I have students who are just getting into this industry, offering this service, and their first client is paying 3 to 5K as well. So it's not just me, and you don't need to have a ton of experience to do this. So this first service is great because, all these services are going to be great for this reason, but everybody knows what a book is, so I don't have to explain what a book is and why they would want one. When I'm going out and offering this service to people and pitching it to people, they most times already know what a book is, and they know that they want to have a book that will grow their business. So 5K is a pretty low price compared to what other book publishing houses and agencies used to charge in the past. I've seen 50K to 150K plus. So this is the first service. And if you go to oneourbooks.com/system, there's a link in the description as well. That for $27, it's going to teach you how to learn this service and then also offer it as a service as well. So that's service number 1. Service number 2 is a bit of overlap on this book publishing service. Now, typically I will sell these as a package. So I'm selling book publishing and service number 2. But service number 2 is let's just call it book funnel plus marketing. And so typically what I'm doing here, I charge, let's just say I sell these packages with the book and the book funnel and marketing for 15K. So let's just say this is an extra 10K. All right. So basically what happens is the core service, which is we extract their information through an interview, or if they have existing content, we can use that as well and turn that into a book using our AI process. And then after they launch the book, of course, they're going to want people to download the book and buy the book if it's a paid book. So we do the marketing for getting daily leads and customers for the book. And that could be doing emails. That could be setting up the different pages and the upsell offers after the book. That could be helping them with their paid advertising campaign. So there's a number of things based on the client situation, but this is after we create and launch the book. This is when we are marketing it ongoing and helping them with getting daily leads and customers for their book. So this is service number 2. And before AI was available, this would take forever. I've written 8 books and each of them took on average between 5 to 6 months if I wrote them the traditional way. And now with this new AI powered service, I can get it done in 7 days or less with just a few hours of my time. Probably in just one afternoon if I really wanted to. So it has greatly shrank the amount of time it takes and the amount of energy it takes to deliver this service. Same thing with this, right? It used to take a long time. It used to take like 90 days of working every day to create the marketing and set up the funnel. And now we can get it done in 7 to 14 days, right? It still takes a bit of time if you want to have a good funnel and good marketing, but we can get it done a lot quicker. And this is a huge value add to the client because now we've created an authority asset that will help them grow their business. And then we've also created the marketing to get people into that. So these 2 are the main things that I sell on the online business side right now as the service. Service number 3, I actually just rolled this out a few days ago, about 4 days ago. And I have my first five or six people now, as of this morning, on this service. And there's going to be different versions of this as well, because I know it's a hot offer after telling my audience about it. And this is a done for you, I call it the done for you first door program. So right now, the current price, or the starting price was $5K. It's a bit more now because we filled up the first 5 spots. But basically what this is, I've been buying property. I've been in the real estate space since late 2022. And now I have a portfolio of rentals that basically pays for all of my lifestyle expenses, or my base lifestyle expenses, my rent, my food, my travel, entertainment, all that stuff. And so this service here, I have a team where I invest, which is mostly in Ohio. And so I have a team built out there. I have a real estate agent that's really good. I have a lender that helps with financing. I have a contractor who's really, really good and he charges good prices. I have a property management company. I get deals sent to me every single day. And so I have this team set up there, and I use AI to help me analyze these deals based on my criteria and what I look for. Typically, I like to make $500 to $700 net cash a month per door. And so a lot of people want to get into real estate, but it's pretty terrifying, especially if you're doing it remotely. And so I rolled up this service where it's called the Done For You First Door program. And it started off at a $5K price point. I filled it out with 5 people, and now the price has gone up a bit. But basically what I do is I find you your first rental property, and I send it to you fully vetted, and the numbers have already been run. And I set you up with my team that will help you with getting financing, with fixing it up with a rehab if it needs one, and then placing the tenant and managing that tenant. And so the goal with this is to help people get their first rental, break into real estate, and then I can eventually have another service here after that, which could be I'm already pitching this to a few people, but it could be the Done For You portfolio. And this is going to be a lot more than 5K. I'm talking to someone right now about a 50K price point because he wants 10 to 12 doors. So he wants to get a portfolio of properties at one time, and he's willing to pay a pretty hefty fee for that, right? 50 to 75K is the range that we're talking now. But these are all services that I'm using now, or that I'm using AI to help me deliver and fulfill on. And it was pretty much impossible to do these things before until like the last year or so when AI got as good at it as it did. And so the point I want to make here is learning AI, right? A lot of people they're watching videos on how to use AI, on like the ins and out of AI. But learning AI it's kind of like learning how to use the internet. It's not very useful, okay, if you just are trying to learn more about AI, unless you just want to learn more about how it works, okay? But if you want to make some money from it, learning AI generally is not it's not going to help you make money, right? That's why just learning AI and learning prompts randomly is going to keep you from making any real money. What you must do instead, and I have a previous video about this, so I'll link to it down below in the comments, but you need to first pick an industry, and you need to identify a painful problem in that industry, and then you sell a service that solves that problem. And where AI comes in with this is it helps you to deliver services that used to take a hell of a long time. So if I wanted to do this before, and I did do this before, I'd have to work with clients for 6 months, meet with them every single week on Zoom, talk with them every day on WhatsApp. It would take 6 months for me to create their book, okay, doing it the old way. And now we can interview them for 1 to 2 hours, or if they already have content, we can just take that content and we can get their book done in a few days. Their marketing, this used to take 90 days, right, of just writing their video sales letter, their sales pages, writing their upsell pages, writing the emails to help them with selling more of the people that have downloaded their book on the higher level products and services. And so this used to take a long time to do, and now we can get it done in just a few days as well. This here, in order for me to analyze deals and send it out to a bunch of people at once, it would have taken me a super long time before. And now we have AI that you just plug in the information. I have a little bot set up, and it analyzes the deal. It rates it on a scale of 1 to 10, and it tells you to go for it or not. And so it would have taken a hell of a long time as well. I never did this as a service before, so I can't say. I just know that for myself when I've been analyzing doors, I was doing it, or I am doing it every day, and it used to take a long time until I was using AI to help me. And even more so on a bigger scale, doing a portfolio analysis, that could take a long time as well. But now we have AI, we can plug in the numbers, and it helps us to fulfill on this these services that would have taken a lot longer before. So you must do this. You must pick an industry, and ideally one that has deep pockets that they can pay you for the service. They can pay you a lot of money. You want to identify a painful problem. The more painful the problem is, the more they're going to pay you. And then you sell a service that's AI powered that can solve that problem. Prompts and just learning AI are useless unless it's used to solve a painful problem. If you want to get paid, you need to be solving problems, and AI comes in, not just selling AI, right? You don't want to just sell AI to businesses. You want to sell some kind of specific service that solves a painful problem for them. So these are services that are paying me $5K plus per client right now. And I'm going to continue to add different versions of this over time. I'm kind of just having fun and just putting offers out there based on the problems that I see in the market. Like this was just totally on a whim a few days ago. I was just talking on Instagram and people were really interested in getting into real estate. So I rolled up these services. But yeah, if you want to get paid a lot of money, thousands of dollars to offer services that don't take a lot of time relative to what they used to take, then you need to do this, right? Pick an industry, identify that painful problem, and sell a service that solves that problem, and then you can command high ticket fees. Okay, and as you get more track record and more case studies, you can increase your prices over time. So that's it for this video. Let me know in the comments what you want to see next. Also, let me know in the comments if you are offering AI-powered services. I'd like to hear what you're doing right now and who you're doing it for, just to kind of see. I'm always interested in seeing the different ways that people are using AI to roll out these different services and products. But yeah, hope you found this useful, and I'll see you in the next video.